So,
Well, I just hit record and it seems to be working. Maybe you hit record and I just thought I hit record. I don't know. So we just wanted to give you guys a chance to answer questions, and I'm here to help answer. And I mean, Nicole and our newest diamond coach, Rachel, is also on here to help answer, and just anybody. We're all a family, so we all have information that we can help each other with. So this will just be a chance for us to kind of connect and ask questions. Sound good? Cool. All right. I am going to mute you guys. Let's see. Yes. Okay. So why don't we just, do you care if I just get the ball rolling? Is that cool? Okay. Why don't I just get started so that, we don't stay on super late. I know with the time change, especially, it's like late in our bodies are telling us it's late. And Carla, you are the first person on my screen. I'm so glad you found your wedding ring. Oh,
yeah,
my gosh.
I was up Wednesday night like until 3 a.m. looking for it and just laying in bed with like this pit in my stomach. It was so depressing.
I've been there. I don't know. I don't think you were on. I don't think we were friends when I lost mine earlier this year, but
yeah, it's
I
scary.
tagged you in the post, Jess. I remember when you lost yours. I'm like,
yeah.
I remember when Jess lost hers.
It was awful, and I finally found it like 2 weeks later in the bottom of a laundry basket. Like it had come off.
Yeah, I looked through the laundry baskets because my youngest Lincoln had put my keys in a laundry basket and I couldn't find those for like a week. So I went through that.
It's horrible. I'm so glad it turned up.
Okay. Well, anyways, so I guess my biggest question is I'm kind of struggling with coming up with posts for personal versus my like page. Because, I don't know, like I just feel like I am by no means an expert in health and fitness, and I know we don't need to be, but I feel like on my like page, I just do a lot of sharing of like other posts that I find, but I'm having a hard time figuring out, like busy mama 3 that works full time, figuring out when to like do my own videos and all of that stuff. So any suggestions would be appreciated.
Yes. Well, Rachel, would you want to talk on this at all? Because your like page, okay, my like page I'm struggling with the same thing right now, Carla, to be honest with you. And not even just coming up with enough content to fill 2 pages has been a struggle for me lately. And I feel like my like page started really strong and then kind of goes in waves. And I feel like when I am pressed for time or pressed for content, I always go to my personal page first because I'm connecting with more people there, I guess, or it's actually about the same number of people that follow me both places, but I'm struggling with the same thing. So I'm wondering maybe if Rachel wants to talk on this at all. Rachel, if you feel comfortable, as I just put you on the spot because
Sure.
your like page and personal page are always rocking.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I am, I'm going to be honest with you. I am not a planned post girl. My mind is always, and I kind of just spew out what's happening in my life. And I try to come from a really organic place. So I'm just kind of actually scrolling through right now through my personal page. And I think, I'm kind of just telling about my day. Like I went to the dog park today and I posted a picture of that, posted about, we had a movie night the other night and I asked questions. What's your favorite scary movie? And people like to be asked questions. And I'm finding that, gosh, if I just ask a simple question, like, seriously, I asked, what's your favorite scary movie? And I must have gotten like 30 people to respond. And people want to know. And people want to engage that way. And so I just really try to come from a really real place. I talk about my house being a mess and my, slip ups that I have and just trying to be, as authentic as possible. And then on my my like page, or on my Journey Fitness, my like page, it's definitely more fitness and nutrition oriented, but at the same time being more authentic. Like, I'm not perfect and I mess up and I eat candy bars too. And so just trying to be real. And, lately I've actually been really going through a lull. And so I'll go through and find a coach that's not even in our organization. Like, I've been following this one gal, Raina Odell, and I'll go back like a year back in her posts, and I'll find something that somebody else has posted, and I'll just kind of spin it, put my own spin on it, my own picture, my own spin on those days when I'm just feeling like, ugh, I have nothing. So I don't know if that helps at all.
I really like the idea of going back a year, because sometimes I'll see coaches posting and I'm like, oh, that's really cool, but I don't want it to be like obvious that I'm like getting inspiration from other coaches. So I like the idea of kind of going back. And so that way it's not like blatant, I guess it would be.
I know another thing Amanda Dewey says, which is I have found is a good thing to do when I'm feeling in a lull, is to go back in your own like page and look at your insights and find posts that have done really well in the past and repost them. You can change the image, you can change some of the wording, because you have to remember that I know Amanda's done that, and I'm obviously an avid follower of Amanda, and I've seen her repost things, but like I'll be like, oh wow, like that's a really great post. Maybe I'll feel like it seems familiar to me, but I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, she's plagiarizing herself. A lot of times you're going to be reaching new people. And so if it had good reach the first time, just that little spin on it and try it again. And why not? Anybody who loves you is not going to care if they're reading it twice, and everybody else doesn't know. And I think one thing I've noticed Megan Ward has done lately too is because she's busy mama too, working full time, she'll do her recording of her workout in the morning, and then she'll post it to her like page and then share it over to her personal page. And so she's hitting two different audiences. And again, I love her, so I don't ever think like, oh, I'm seeing this in more than one place. I'm just excited that I see it at all, so that's another thought is your workout video, it doesn't need to be perfect. You can just shoot it first thing in the morning, and then you can share it between the two even.
Yeah. Can I kind of just echo what Jess is saying? I do that all the time. Like today, I tried something new, and I did a video inviting people to a challenge group, which I've never done. And I did that on my like page this afternoon, because you just never know, like, what is the perfect time to reach people. So I did that at like 3:30, 4 o'clock. And then I shared that same video on my personal page tonight, like an hour ago. So, there's nothing wrong with posting the same post on both pages and just kind of staggering them out, because you're going to hit different people.
Okay.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
This is my first Zoom call. Yay! Another thing that Rachel told me that I have been trying to do is just take pictures. Just have your phone. I don't always have my phone with me, but really for the most part I do. And I've found that just taking pictures of things that are funny to me, like I was getting gas the other day, and you come around the corner, there's a strip mall that's got a house in it, and there was about 15 bright orange wine sale, and I was going to post something smart-assy like, gee, could anyone tell me where I might get some wine, or just funny. I was at the community, and also try to take pictures of when we were different Zoom calls where we've talked about how many different hats you wear. You're a mom, I like to refurbish furniture, which you can see on the back of my room here. Anyway, and try and pull in different things from that. Like I took a picture of me and my really good friend at the community garden the other day, because we were cleaning it out, looking really crappy and dirty and gross, digging in the dirt. But so I've just been trying to be more mindful of just like, oh, this might be, and like Rachel said, just take pictures. And then when you're wanting something to post and you don't know what to post, just kind of scroll through and go, oh, You know, that might be, or take it to Target. I've taken it to Target and taken pictures of certain things like, you know, I buy this organic, I don't buy this organic, and this is why, or kind of things like that. I don't know, does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
Target's a great one because you can always find, you know, it's good people watching, and it's good, you know, to talk about the products you buy and why you buy them and whatever. Anyway, you can unmute me. You can mute me now.
Oh no, you're awesome, Katie. I'm so glad to see you on here. People love it when you people love it on my like page when I take pictures of like weird food I see, you know, like
Yeah.
pumpkin Oreos or like Reuben flavored Lay's. And that again, like Katie said, I'm just at the grocery store doing what I normally do, and I snap some pictures on the end caps. I don't have time right then with my kids. I'm engaged. I need to watch my 2-year-old in the grocery store, you know. But then later that day, I could schedule a post with that picture for the next day at noon. Nobody knows when I'm at the grocery store and be like, dude, have you tried these? These look sick. You know, and not sick like good sick, but sick, sick, you know, and then people respond. So I think, yes, I think that's always just having a roll of pictures that you can work with later, and you can schedule some posts out. Even if you schedule just one post a day, that's just peace of mind for you, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks.
Nicole, did you have anything you wanted to add? Because your like page and personal page, you always have amazing posts. So
I have been sucking at them because I've just been posting similar things on both because I'm like, I'm not getting a lot of traction, but
that's
actually
what I feel like too.
I'll post this at one time and I save it. I save the wording. Like I'll post it and I'll save it and I'll try it at a different time is one thing I've been doing too, because it can be a different audience or people haven't seen it. One thing that's helpful too, like even going through like a magazine and finding those little snippets in magazines and just looking at it and coming up with your own verbiage. And as far as one thing too, you know, if I find a quote that inspires me, or if I find a different workout that inspires me, I might make it my own, like recreate it in my own words and make it my own and put it on the page too. But you take a lot of pictures of your kiddos and that, like you have a lot of that stuff to repurpose, and you're very busy and active and good at asking questions on your pages too. I know last year I did one thing that got a lot of traction, and I was thinking about today. I went and found, because I'm like, what kinds of squash haven't I tried yet? Because there's all the kombucha, so I went and found pictures of all these squashes, and I actually looked up information, and each day I posted a new one, and that actually got a lot of traction. I'm like, I should go find those and repurpose those right now.
That's a good idea.
Because there's a lot of squash, different types of winter squash, and people are curious. And then I would try to find a recipe, but at the same time, it sounds like it takes a lot of time. It didn't really take that much time because I just say one sentence about it, and then I'd say, stay tuned for later, I'll share a recipe if I had one, or I'd share something else. And then people would come back for that. But even just, you know, different recipes, you do a good job. It's hard with Facebook because to get engagement, you know, we've talked about it before, it's just hard to get consistent engagement because Facebook wants you to pay to play for the like page too. So,
And I think a lot of times I overthink it. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but like I just need to post my picture of squash and then I can come back to it later with a recipe. You know what I mean? Nicole, do you agree? Like sometimes when I try to really plan an amazing post, like I just need to be myself. And
I spend a lot of time on a post usually, and I post on my like page, I get like 0 to 1 like.
Exactly.
And then I will post a picture of something I ate. Would you eat this? I'll get like 20 likes and yes. I'm like, what? So it's just creating that engagement. And you do that with your soup one too, Carla, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, it's just hard. I mean, I don't have a lot of likes on my like page, so that could be part of it. Whereas I don't feel quite as committed to it because I'm not getting a lot of traction.
Right.
But I don't want to stop because I know if I stop, then I won't get any at all. So it's just finding that balance.
It is. And I think another thing, when I first started mine, I did a lot more themey kind of days. And that sometimes helps you just to have an idea, you know, like if every Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, then every Thursday you can post a tip about hydration and Shakeology recipe or picture of your kids hydrating, you know. If every Friday is Foodie Friday, you can post a recipe. So just if you're thinking in your head that you've got some themed days, that kind of helps you guide your posts a little bit for something just something to
Okay.
trying maybe.
Alright.
I don't know. No one's going to care if you stick with it religiously, but it might get.
I have another idea.
Yeah, Katie.
If I have trouble with the 3 times a day, and an easy one that's not, this might be just sort of a cop out, not a cop out, but you can find like a morning one. I like to have some guts to it, something that people when they're in the morning before the kids get up, scrolling through, drinking their coffee. I like to have that be a really good one, because I'm not an evening person. I'm kind of tapped by the evening, but I try and have something in the evening as well. But for the afternoon one, just a quote. You can find a gazillion quotes, and there's I'm on my downstairs computer. I have sticky notes all over my upstairs computer, but I think it's called brainyquotes.com, and you can click on like inspiration, fit. They have like subtitles, so your subcategories, so you can click on any certain like I said, fitness or inspiration or religious or whatever, and just find one and post it. And that's super quick, super easy. Anyway, that's another idea.
Thanks.
I think it's called Brainy Quotes.
Yeah, I think so. Or Pinterest.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've done Pinterest. So.
And that's something you could easily schedule out for every day to post at noon.
Yeah.
Anything? Yes, Tracy.
Hi.
Hi,
I've been
girl.
doing a lot of videos lately, so I don't know if that's anything that might be in your wheelhouse, but I've gotten like a lot of views the past 2 weeks than I've probably had ever. So, it's like, I had one even, I think I had like 3,000 and some reaches, which was, I thought, pretty good. I know it was a transformation. So people like transformations and anyway, but on my videos, I've been getting like 30 to 80 views, which for me is good. So I sometimes just set up my iPad on me while I'm doing my exercising anyways. And then I'll just take like 15 seconds and make like a little post collage. And I might just do like 2 exercises side by side and do like, I like to do whittle your middle. So I could do like a core sequence for Wednesdays, whittle your middle Wednesdays. And people seem to really like to just get ideas for something they can do, even just sitting and watching TV. I think a lot of people like ideas just to kind of, get it moving. So, yeah, I love videos. So, it's something you're already doing. You might as well just get a little video of it. Oh, and then on top of that, if you pause your video, you can sometimes get a really nice action shot of you and then put a quote on it. So it's actually you doing something and then you put a quote on it, and rather than like stealing somebody else's quote or, graphic that's already pre-made or, finding one, just get the quote if it's, cited by somebody, and then just put it on your own picture. So you can just do a screenshot and then crop it after you do a video. So I've done that, and I've had some pretty cool photos come from it. So I was excited about them.
Yeah, love that. You have great videos, Tracy.
Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. I did a bunch when I was in the treehouse on my vacation. I posted one on my like page. It didn't get a lot of traction, but now it's showing up on my phone, and it's me doing down dog, and it's a big picture of my butt. I'm like, gosh. And I don't know if I shared it on my regular page, but I'm like, sorry for the bum view. But it had a good workout. I just didn't know how to change the screen when it posted. I'm like, I'm not reposting it, whatever. I can take it down, but sexy. No, don't do that. Or do that, because it might
Or do that, get a lot of likes.
This girl has zebra ass on. Like, babe.
Carla, is there anything else anything pressing? I just want to keep it moving so people have a chance to ask questions.
Nope, I think that's good. Thank you.
Lovely to see you on the call. All right, Katie, you're next on my screen.
I'm next for what?
You're next on my screen. I see you. So I'm just wondering if you have any questions.
Just on the same line that we were just talking about when, I don't know if it was Rachel that said to, what I've been doing that I probably shouldn't be doing now after listening to this is sometimes when I'm, like you're saying, you're pressed for time and I'll post my on my like page, and then I'll share it to my personal page right then, so they both show up there at the same time. And maybe I should be staggering those, post it, and then wait a couple hours, then post it on my personal page, or maybe I'm like overthinking it, as I can totally relate to. I am the queen of the overthink.
I am too. That's like the story of my life. Just ask my husband. I don't know. It doesn't bother me to see things duplicated like that in people, because it's like you guys, and I love you guys. And so I don't know if you guys have insight whether or not to stagger it. I feel like you are a lot of times reaching to different audiences, but thoughts on that, guys?
It's the same people. It's my mom corresponding, Rachel. It seems like I feel like with my like page, it's the same, no more than 10 people. Now I need to research a little bit more about Facebook, as far as, who's reached and who comments, and, I guess I don't really understand all the breakdown of reached.
Right.
Who's reached and who's
interacted with the post. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Have you paid at all to get more likes?
I did. I paid, I can't remember what post. It was during the diamond training, and we were supposed to look back, and I don't think it got as great of a response as I thought. I need to go back and look in, I think, my target audience, maybe hone in on that a little bit more.
Right.
And the times,
try maybe just doing your page, period. Like posting, like promoting to get more likes on your page. You know what I mean? Like,
and is that the call to action? Because I don't get what that is either. That's always asking me to have a call to action.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't do the call to action either, and I probably should.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, you can have them like they can click on something on your page to like
sign up for a website,
or sign up for a website to opt into
newsletter.
Say that again.
You can have the call to action can be shop here, shop now, or it could be sign up for my newsletter. So mine, if you go to mine, it's sign up. So you can sign up for my newsletter, so I have it connected to my newsletter service for my Natural Lita business. So not necessarily for my Beachbody stuff, but they're kind of intertwined in a little bit. So I think one thing that's coming up when we're asking about like pages, that they can take time, but what's important, where you should be focusing your time, is honestly behind the scenes, like inviting people. Because if you're sending them messages, inviting people, then they're going to be curious about, even if they say no, why is she inviting me? Oh, well, she has a like page. Or maybe when you're inviting, you could share something that you shared on your like page with them that might be relevant. But I think, that's where I come. I'm like, well, I'm only getting likes. Well, a like is a like. A like isn't someone that's going to buy from you. A like isn't someone that's going to connect with you. A like isn't someone that's going to be your next it could be, but you want to stay consistent on your page. But if you're sending invites to people and following up with people, they're going to get curious as to what you're doing and search out your like page. So I think for me, it's like they're going to your like page to look as a magazine. It's not necessarily to get, oh my gosh, I got 5 likes, or I only got 1 like on this and it took me forever. And this is just coming up now because I can get caught in that mindset trap. But you really want to be inviting people to get them curious, to go look at your magazine, or to go look at your life, your daily life too. So, if you think of it from Instagram, I can get caught in that. It's like, oh my gosh, I just posted a picture of my food prep and I got like 50 hearts. I'm like, that's a lot for me. And it's food. I'm like, but what am I going to do with those likes? It's just for me being consistent and showing up on my page. But I have to be engaging with other people for them to come to my page. And a lot of times, as we find, sorry, I kind of went off tangent, but this kind of came up because it happens to me too. Because I'm like, oh, I only got 2 likes. What? But people are still watching whether they're liking or commenting. But in order for us to create that engagement, we need to message them or build that relationship in another way, going and liking on their page and commenting on their posts. I mean, I have a lot of people that I know are following me that are in MLMs that want me probably to join their stuff because they're liking like every single thing I post. And then I go to their page and they're in some MLM, but they're building a relationship. So it gets me curious about why they're always liking my posts and why they're always commenting. And then I message them to ask them about something. They're like, no, I'm already in a business. I'm like, okay. But, you know, what is it? Just be interested.
Not just interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's
not to cut you off, Katie, or anything. That just came up. So, because a lot of times we think, what should I post? What should I post? And that stuff's important to have that content and be consistent there. But it's also just as important, and this is a reminder for me too, to get out there and invite. Because I know when someone sends me a message that I don't know, if they're asking me about something, the first thing I do is I click on their personal profile, and then if they're a business, I click on their business. And I'm like, oh wow, this is really cool. So you kind of want to have that effect as well. I don't know if that's helpful or a different mindset shift. I think it's something I need to think about more.
That's good.
okay. Yeah. Nicole, you're exactly right. No, you're totally 100% right. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think sometimes I feel frustrated with my like page, like, ugh, I'm just not getting any traction. I don't have time for this. And that's me being completely honest with you guys, but it takes a long time to build, like a long time. And it is about creating those relationships with the people who are engaged with you. So, yeah. And building a network outside of your personal page, which is hard. Just takes time and interaction. Other questions, Katie?
I'm just chatty Kathy here.
No, it's good.
I pretty much got these questions answered, but I just wanted to clarify a few things. I was invited to do a vendor fair at my daughter's high school.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I know nothing about it other than it was another hockey mom that bought a challenge pack from me last week, and then she messaged me the next day. She's like, "Have you thought of doing the tartan vendor fair?" And I'm like, "What is it?" And so it's basically what it sounds like. I'll have a table. I'll have access to electricity, and I had put it on the Team on the Run page, and I guess I liked what. Because I had like, here's what I'm thinking, and I'm like, any input, I've got thick skin, I can handle, you know, well, that was a dumb idea, I don't care, because I don't want to make a fool of myself. But I was overthinking, like I'm gonna have this, I don't want to have too much information that's like, whoa, but I want to have enough of the right information. I guess it's gonna be 5 hours I'm gonna be standing there. Yeah. So I thought I'll have my my little Google Chromebook with Beachbody on Demand, or maybe some of the YouTube video, the little short videos that are about the programs ready on the go, and just be able to click on them, and they can maybe watch a 3-minute PIO, you know, whatever, or something like that. And then Shakeology, and I was gonna, some people that said they did the Fit Club just did the shaker cups. And, you know, for me, and this is total honesty, like Shakeology, I'll drink it. Like when I was doing the tram, I didn't think, like Rachel had said, go down to the hotel lobby and ask them to blend this in a blender with ice. I just had greenberry, which is my least favorite because I just happen to have that in packets. And I just mixed it with water and literally just choked it down. And I want to make it like when I make it at home, I have the powdered peanut butter, I have a half a banana, and some, you know, so I make it really, really super tasty. So I thought that's kind of how I want to make it for potential customers, because it's really good that way. So I'm like, I'll have a kitchen set up there, bananas, a package of ice, you know, whatever. And running my Ninja, which is really a really loud thing when you're crushing ice. But the tables next to me will be like, this is a great spot. Maybe put her at the end next year. So anyway, so I want to do that. And then like Jess said, I don't have business cards yet, but I thought of making just a little, I liked your idea of a gift. So I was going to have like a jar and a name name and email address. That's really all they should have to give me, right? And then they can put their name in the jar for, I ordered a little something on Sierra Trading Post last night, a buff, a $15 little, and I might do something else too, but that way I have their information. And then I thought I would just have a sheet that had, I asked 3 of my good friends that had really good results with the pie out, my very first challenge group that I had. I just messaged them today and asked just to write a little blurb about the success they had and you know, my part in it or whatever. And I was going to maybe make a little sheet that had a picture of me, kind of like a business card, only with a little more information, and they could just take that with them so they can have it on their pile of crap that sits on their kitchen island like me. So I don't know, any other ideas, or is that too much? Should I have some sort of display, something eye-catching?
The only other thing I would suggest is before and after pictures, and I would just
you said that. I don't have any decent ones of my own.
Call on Team on the Run and just be like, who's got great before and after pictures, and we can just start submitting them in the comments.
Okay, and then just ask them if it's okay if I have, like, this will be on display at a table, and are you cool with that? Okay.
Just don't put like my first and last name and contact information, and I'm cool.
Okay.
You know, nobody needs to see my.
Right.
You know, but yeah, because then you can be like, these are real people. Like, I know real people. That catches people's eye, and that's my other thing. Like, I've been doing this for 3 years. I make a full-time income. I've never had a business card, and that's just the straight truth. Like, I don't have time for that. Okay. So I would just collect their information, because how often do you ever call anybody whose business card you have? Hardly ever. I lose the card. I don't know. But if they contact me, then obviously I'm going to respond, you know? So that's what I would do. Collect their information. Everybody loves free stuff, so they'll want to enter your raffle.
Right.
I would do before and after pictures and mix up you're exactly right. Mix the shake so it's tasty.
Yeah.
Anyone else have other insight?
I was also going to say, if you could maybe have a free challenge lined up, like starting that following Monday or something, that you could say, you know, I've got this free challenge coming up if you want to go in that. So now you've made a contact. You can drop them into that group. They can kind of see what it feels like to have that accountability. And then you can invite them into your next challenge group from there.
Okay.
So maybe have something already in the hopper, ready to go.
Okay. Write this down.
That way, you know, what Rachel said too, you have their email address so you can follow up with even a link to the group so that they can click to join in that email, and just ask them, you know, what are your current health goals or frustrations in doing this challenge in that email that you send to them. So you're contacting all of them too.
Yeah.
And of course, wear and share. I didn't read your post in there, but yeah, there's, like just said, it's just getting their information and you having control over the contact. Because a lot of times people get a business card and they don't contact you. Not nowadays, since it's more virtual.
Yeah.
You know, you could do something too where most people have a smartphone these days, so you can say, if you like my page and you show me that you've done it, then your name goes into a hat or into this bucket for the buff prize or whatever. So then you're getting another like, you're getting another person to follow your Facebook. They do it right then and there.
That's smart.
You know, and that's super easy. They can just whip their phone out and like your page or friend request you.
Yeah, that's a smart idea. You could do it in a different color too, you know, so they feel like, oh, I got an extra entry. Is your prize? So your prize isn't a Beachbody item, it's something else?
I looked at the Beachbody items. I didn't know what would be a good one. I mean, I suppose a bottle or a shaker bottle.
Samples.
I was thinking, would I get it in time to, I probably would, I guess. I don't know. What would you suggest for a Beachbody giveaway? I mean, what would be not lame, but not super expensive?
I would do a shaker cup with samples. Otherwise, any of the bonus DVDs that you get with which you may have opened already. So, but in the future, I oftentimes set those bonus DVDs aside, the ones that are $19.99 value. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, right.
Those make
I
a
have
great
one that's
giveaway.
that's a good. I do have one that's still wrapped that I got. My sister couldn't use it because of an injury. She knew she wouldn't be able to use it, so she just gave it to me.
That makes a great giveaway.
Okay.
Do that. Put a packet of Shakeology on it. Wrap a ribbon around it. Boom. You're done.
Okay.
Tracy just mentioned that Gina and Brianna, they did their Girl Boss thing, and they had a whole post on what they did and what worked for them too. And that's in Team on the Run. I think Brianna posts, no, forget which one of them posted in there. I think Gina did the long post, right, Tracy? I can search for her name. Oh, that'll be fun.
I think it's Gina Jackwith.
Yeah, JACQUI.
And you could even private message either of them, and I know they give you like a ton of information because I kind of already did.
Okay.
Yeah,
What are the names again? Gina
JAC, I think it's JACQUITH.
Yeah.
And Brianna Joe.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I did talk with them a little bit, I guess. Or I messaged. I didn't actually. She actually gave me her phone number and said, call me if you want to. So maybe I'll do that.
And can I jump in here quick? I actually was talking to a friend at a work conference that I was just at because she sells like Wild Tree. It's some like,
oh, yeah, I get Wild Tree products.
Yeah. But anyways, I was kind of mentioning the idea that I was thinking of pulling one of those together. And she's like, yeah, I have a friend that did something like that. And like, you can get like hotel conference rooms for free, like middle of the week sometimes. Like my friend did one and she called up like whatever hotel in like New Brighton and they said, yeah, we'll just give you a room for free. It's a Tuesday night. It won't be used anyways. So I haven't looked into it yet, but that's what I'm going to do because there's no way I would have space at my house, and my house is always a disaster because 3 kids, 5 and under, like it's never clean. So that was what I was thinking I would do to pull together, 5-6 different women that sell different products and try and get a free hotel conference room.
Huh.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that saves money too, and you're collaborating. I didn't know that hotels did that. I have one I can walk to.
Huh.
Thanks, Carla.
All right, Miss Ellen, let's keep the ball rolling.
So mine was more on, I'm trying to think of everybody's post, and I don't know if anybody in this group has done it, but done like an open enrollment for a group where you just like add the link and then they can add themselves and then create a challenge group from there. My question was, how do you then, like after everybody is added, then do you engage them in conversation and have them purchase a challenge pack? How do you, because obviously everybody that adds themselves is not going to like continue with the challenge. So how do you do that? Because more people will maybe show interest by just adding themselves, but then how do you just then message everybody from there? And what do you do with the people that then don't buy anything? Is it like an open group? Or I was just wondering how people do that process.
That's a good question. Like, are you going to start with a free challenge?
I mean, I could. I guess I haven't given it that much thought.
I know that Amanda did, and I'll let Nicole talk on this too because I know she probably has some insight and expertise. I know Amanda has done she did like a free 5-day
high fat, low carb.
Thank you. High fat, low carb. And then she told them that if they were going to stay in the group, basically, that they needed to commit to buying, they were going to do another like 2 weeks together or whatever, and that they had to commit to buying, I don't remember what, if it was a Shakeology sampler or something like that, or that eventually they had to commit to the challenge pack. But she basically gave them a date by which they needed to purchase it. And then if they hadn't purchased by that point, she removed them from the group. Now, the thing is, she still gained a lot of contacts that way. Even if she removed them from the group, then the time was not right then. And then she personally messaged them and just said, hey, I had to remove you from the group. Breaks my heart that I had to do this, but obviously the time must just not be right for you. What are your goals? How can I help?
that kind of thing. So she still had them in her back pocket. Am I right, Nicole? Like, she didn't like cut them off, but she also ran an ad to get some of these people. So she really used it as a way to build some contacts. So even if the people, she removed them from the group, she still then engaged them in a personal side conversation one-on-one.
Okay, that makes sense. So start with a free group and then go from there.
Yeah, that's what she did. I don't know, Nicole, if you have anything to add to that.
Yeah, I don't. I just know that's what she had done. I haven't done anything like that. I mean, I've done free groups, but even with my free groups, for me, I use it as a way to build my Naturalita newsletter since I can't move my Beachbody contacts over. So I create an opt-in for them to sign in instead of, hey, just add me. And then when the 5-day group's over, I personally message everyone that's in it to see how it went. And then I send a follow-up email, like an email to everyone. So I haven't done that specifically because it can create more work, or it can't just, I know Amanda had a lot of coaches in her group. So she had like over 100 and some people. And she's like, wow, that was
a lot of work for her.
And she had her admin helping her too, I think. But she was putting together the packets. It was right when the sampler pack thing came out. She's like, I should have just had them order the sample packet instead of me putting all of these together and mailing them out. So, but she had a lot. But I mean, never hurts to try to see.
Right? Why not try? Why not try? She did an ad on her like page and gained a lot of momentum that way. And then, I mean, eventually she gained contacts with all those people. And I know when she transitioned from the 5-day high fat, low carb, that she made a video. I for sure know she made quite a few videos in that group because a lot of those people were cold contacts and she really had no relationship with them. So she wanted them to see her face, like her facial expressions, and to know that she was not like a freak, like some sort of weirdo. So it was a lot of work for her, but she did gain some traction. So I think that it's really worth a shot. Why not?
Okay.
But she definitely asked a lot of questions and stuff to like engage them the week before too. So I would, just the normal things we ask about, but I would do a lot of video. I think she did about a video a day. Am I right, Nicole? You were in that group, weren't you?
Yeah. And it was was it 2 weeks?
I think so. I don't know.
But it was just the sampler pack. So it wasn't, they weren't buying a full challenge pack like it sounds like you wanted to do, Ellen.
Right. Well, didn't Megan just do a group where it was, like just add yourself? I'll have to look back if that was like a free group and then she went from there. I'll have to look at that.
Ellen, I remember seeing that, and I think they did a video about it, and they had said, like if you don't purchase by this point, then we, like they put like a disclaimer, like you do have to purchase to continue on, and if you don't, we won't add you to the group because it was like an event. And so people responded to the event, and then if they purchased by the certain date, I think they got added to the actual challenge group.
Okay. So hers was in an event. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. And I just met with a coach on Wednesday from a different team who is really big. Their team is really big on events too, kind of like the one Alyssa talked about. So I will see if she's got any insight too. I'll get back to you. Tracy, what's happening? What's shaking, lady?
Oh, you same old. I don't have too many like businessy questions as of right now. I'm kind of just like a little bit blank today. But this is like a team related question, and I'm pretty sure like
I love you, girl. I said I love you. You're just so honest. Like, okay, sorry. Continue on.
Oh no, it's fine. Would there ever be a possible way? I think this team is just so big. Thank you, Jessica. Good work. To get like a spreadsheet with people's names and emails and addresses. I know it's growing so fast, but like I said, it's not business related. It's more team related. Like,
that's a really good idea.
Just because sometimes you want to send someone a surprise or a Christmas card or, like a little note, a snail mail. So, I mean, I know we can go around and just ask people, hey, do you have so-and-so's address? But
that's what I do. It's like,
well, and
I ask for the address.
I have most people's address, but I know if there's certain people are certain, if people are certain, like so many levels down, I can't
Right.
get my online office. Like I think I had to ask for yours, Tracy.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I found it. I don't remember. But
No, I think you had messaged me for it, but
start
yeah.
a Google Doc. Do you want to start a Google Doc?
I was like, if I ask this, I know I'm going to be the one.
Yeah, like start it. I would love it. I would love to have it.
Well, I mean, I could do a form, right?
Yeah,
It'd be that simple, or it just could be, and then,
totally.
okay. And sometimes you have documents or you're working with another coach and you've got like a special guide you're doing or whatever. And it's just, if everybody has email addresses, sometimes it's easier then.
That would be awesome. I would love it if you would also add people's
I'll
favorite,
volunteer.
add people's favorite color too. I've always wanted to know people's favorite color so I can send them stuff.
I will, just for you.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions, my dear? You just
No, no, I mean, I was really trying to think today before the call. I guess just a general one, as the holidays are coming up and we're trying to kind of push for, to help people and promos and things like that. Do you have anything you've done in the past with giveaways, like ideas for giving away? I mean, I like the P90X stuff I just got. Like, I would love to use that as an incentive for somebody. Just wondering if anybody has any ideas like that they've done that work, or that's all. I don't know. Like I said, nothing burning. So if somebody has a better question, go for it. But,
well, I think incentives are great, and I have definitely done giveaways. Have them, enter them in a drawing, and then have your kids draw people like that.
oh yeah, I love when you
do a video of that on your Facebook wall, and I just think really emphasizing, you're going to get a lot of price objections in December because, and I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy here, November and December because of the holidays, but really emphasizing that, the gift of fitness is
a value,
and they can give it to themselves, and that they don't have to wait until the new year to start fresh. January is always off the chain. So everybody wants to get fit in January. But I think just really staying strong in December and trying to shift your mindset to helping people not gain those holiday pounds and to stay on track with their nutrition is huge. Does that make sense? And so I would just say, it's the gift of, it's the season of giving, and to show you my thanks, I want to do XYZ for my, for the next 2 people who sign up, or everybody who signs up with a challenge pack. And I would definitely be specific, because otherwise people will be like, I'm in, and they're a customer who got like a sampler from you 2 years ago, they want to be entered in the drawing. But I would just embrace the season of giving.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. So I just didn't know. That's good. That's a great idea. I totally, like I said, I'm blank today. So
yeah, and just people don't have to wait until January 1st to get fit. They can get fit now and go into
kind of what I've been pushing,
feeling good. Like not just, people are so funny. They want to like get as fat as they possibly can the next 2 months, and then
or they're scared they can't enjoy the holidays and what they want to eat.
Right.
So I'll just push off.
So I would really capitalize on I know Christy and I are running a group right now to capitalize on the 21 days before Thanksgiving. So do the same thing. Do a 21-day fixed challenge leading up to Christmas. It's perfect. And then, I don't know. So that's what I would do. I would definitely I'm going to give away one. I got 2 P90X packs.
Good job.
So I'm going to give one away for sure.
Okay.
I could have a couple prizes in there. Right? So.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. It's lovely to see you.
You too.
Margot, I see you, lady. Talk to us. I want to be sure to get to Samantha and Christy. So I'm just going to keep moving. Oh, she's muted. You're muted. I'll see if I can unmute.
Okay.
Oh.
The mouth is moving, but you can't hear me. Better? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Your lips were moving.
I really am just sponging right now. I don't have any other questions. I had a big old question for you today, and I think we worked through it.
Did I help? I've got to respond to your message still, but did that help?
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, I'm just sponging here. You can pass on me.
I love it. All right. If we've got time, I will come back to your question.
that you had, the big question you had for me today.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll make a video for the group. So, thank you. I'm glad
I'm
you're
going back to mute.
Okay. Samantha, I'm so glad to see you on here.
Okay, so my biggest thing, because I'm so not, like, I guess I'm not so new to this anymore, but my biggest thing is still getting people involved.
I love your posts, by the way. I love following you.
That's always a hard spot for me, but being like, I'm a sophomore in college, and so most of my friends on Facebook are like my age, a year older, a year younger. I have a couple like here and there that are more like my cousin that just ordered from me. She's got kids and stuff, she's older, but I don't know what to do. So suggestions.
Price objections? Are you getting a lot of price objections?
Yes, that's the biggest thing, because it's like, oh, I'm a college student, I don't have money, blah blah blah, and part of me is like, well, like, so am I, but I've done it, I put money aside and made the effort to do so, but then part of me is like, yeah, I get it, I understand. So I never really know what to do with that, but I don't know. That's my biggest thing right now.
I think, and I know some of Rachel and Nicole or anybody else who wants to add to this, but I would use the feel, felt, found method, because you just used it right here. Like, I get it. I'm a college student too. I don't have any money, but I realized my health was worth it, and I set aside the funds to make my health a priority. And, I bummed $50 off my mom, and I made it happen. And I promise you, it's going to be worth it, because you're going to feel great. And if you don't love it, you can get your money back. Or you can sign up as a coach for the discount, or try to get them just at least doing the DVDs without the shake, if nothing else. Because don't you guys think, like, just doing something? College students have more disposable income than a lot of the people we're talking to. They just don't like to see it that way. Tracy said, can you host a fit club to get, I mean, college students, I wish, Nicole and I went to college together, and I wish I'd been drinking Shakeology and working out. Like, it'd be such a lifesaver for them. And you know that. So I would just be really transparent and just tell them, you totally get the funds are tight, but I promise you it'll be worth it. They're spending money on all sorts of other stuff.
Yeah.
Nicole, what were you going to say?
Yeah, well, Tracy said it with the Fit Club, but one thing that came up too is, sharing how you do it, sharing how you budget and fit it in, like breaking it down in like an infographic or a picture, like showing how you do it, or doing a video saying why you do it and how it's benefited you. And I haven't seen your videos or what you do, but maybe Rachel had just shared Shayla Murphy was on a call in the past, and she's in college and her husband's in the military, and she also she's a Beachbody coach that's doing really well. She does something that's called Frugal Friday or something like that on her like page that just shares how to budget money for people. I think that's important in college too. And you can also talk about the business opportunity, that this is a flexible job that they can have. There's just so many different things, like the Fit Club, doing that once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks. Are you in the dorms, or do you?
Yeah, that's like the biggest thing for me is space. My space is limited.
They have, our dorm room had like an activity room, because we went and danced down there a lot. Remember that, Jess?
I do. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a rec room. There's common areas. I know Bethany on our team, she used to teach aerobics in college. There's a lot of different places where you could go, and it's not going to charge you to do that, just to get people interested in what you're doing and your like page. And but I think like in college, talking about the nutrition, I know I would go to the cafe and spend meal plan, but I would go and get chicken wild rice soup and a cream cheese muffin, and that would be like $6. I'd get that for lunch every day. Well, Shakeology is less than that, and it's way healthier. So kind of turning like your why and why you do it and how you do it into informational videos.
Okay. I love that idea. I saw you post about your shake the other day, and how it was perfect for a college student on the run, and that's the truth. I ate like shit in college, you know, and I know Nicole did too. Terrible.
The workouts fit perfect for the dorm rooms too. I mean, Jess and I used to do 8-minute abs on VHS in the dorm rooms.
That was Beachbody back in the day. Mm-hmm. So I just think keep doing what you're doing and really be yourself and be authentic when people come to you with those price objections. Be like, dude, I get it. This is how I made it work.
Okay.
This is why it's worth it.
I have an idea. I'm like older than all of you, but they, in college, it seems like everywhere you turned in the common areas, there was bulletin boards, mostly with the little things with the tear off on the bottom.
Yeah.
Mostly looking for a ride. Do you live in northern Minnesota or whatever? And here's my phone number to carpool or whatever. But there's, it seems to me on college campuses, there's a lot of places where you can tack up a piece of paper, advertising, you know, for your, like, somewhere where you can get some staff, some of the professors.
Yeah.
You know, they might have more money. Or
good call.
But yeah, just one of those, just some eye-catching piece of paper with the little tear-offs on the bottom. Do they still do that? That was all over college.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Rip it off with your Facebook contact or your email, whatever. It can't hurt, and it would be relatively cheap way to do it if you just put together some on Word or whatever, some 8.5 by 11 thing, and you know, it's an idea.
Yeah, no, I like that idea.
I love that idea. You have a huge why there, Samantha. Like, there's so many students there who need you. You have a huge market. It's just a matter of them finding it worth their money.
Uh-huh.
Jess, this is Jennifer. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Hi, Jennifer.
So one thing that we do all the time in my profession is as soon as we finish a conversation with someone, we always ask if you're not the right person to be talking to or you're not ready to take that step right now, do you know someone that is? So even if they're not ready, Samantha, maybe they have a friend who would be more interested. Okay. And so it's a good way to just kind of keep your line of referrals always going.
Get their mom or their sister or somebody who does have more funds.
Exactly.
That's a good call, Jen.
And I know Megan has told me to, like, try to buddy up, like take a half scoop of shake. And I've used that before too, and I've actually gotten more interest, like, oh, like that's an idea, let me see if I can, and then I never hear from them again. And then you contact them again and they're like, oh, the money issue, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well.
Right. Like buddying up's huge. They could partner, they could split a challenge pack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Keep following up. Don't lose faith. I think everybody in here is right. Keep doing more about how you make it work, and people are going to shift their priorities.
Okay.
I really believe it. Your posts are great.
Well, thanks.
They're great. Christy, last but not least, never least. Well, there's actually 2 people on the phone, too. So sorry, I forgot that there are people on the phone, but I see your beautiful face. Questions you have for us, or are you just sponging?
I do have a few questions.
Yes.
I think someone said a free challenge in December is huge. So I'm just wondering what kind of ideas there are for free challenges in December, or what you've done that you've had good success with.
Clean eating for me, 5-day clean eating. I know Bridget did a really good 5-day arms, I think, and Kristen did a really good ab one. Other thoughts? Clean cooking for Christmas countdown, Tracy says. Who's doing a crock pot one right now? Rachel, are you doing one? All right, tell us about that, because I'm really intrigued.
Yeah, and I have like almost 40 people in the group. I'm doing, it's crock and core, like rock your crock and core. So it was a lot of work, but I know that I'll be able to do it over and over again. I mean, hopefully with different people. So I've got 5 different recipes, and then I'll do core some type of core work every day. So, you know, especially in Minnesota and in the Midwest, it's like everybody likes their crack pot. So everybody likes their
Rock and core. Would you care if Christy and I stole that from you at all to do?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Crock and core. So every day is a crock pot recipe?
Yep. Yep. And I
Every day
actually did
exercise?
I did 4 dinners and 1 breakfast because I figured the first 2 days could be dinner and then they'll have leftovers. And then I did one Wednesday's going to be a steel cut oat breakfast.
I have a steel cut out apple one that's really good.
Yeah. So that, I mean, I was surprised at how many. And then I just did a couple weeks ago, I did a 5-day squat. Like, it was for in October, but it was a booty challenge.
With the pumpkin butt?
With the pumpkin butt, yes. So that was super fun, you know, and it's, I mean, honestly, you know, and Samantha, that's another great way too to get people in. I mean, gosh, when I was in college, free, like give them the free stuff. You can get them in and build their trust, and sooner or later they'll come around and buy a challenge pack from you.
So Rachel, where do you get the core workouts from? Do you just come up with them yourself?
Yeah, I teach fitness classes, so I've got kind of a mental library of core exercises. So to be honest with you, I mean, like I said, I'm not being a very good example right now, but I will kind of just decide tomorrow what I'm doing for my core, and I know I need to be a little bit more planned out with that. I'm just being totally honest with you.
You do a video, Rachel? You're gonna do a video?
I'll do a video. It'll, you know, I'll do some, you know, plank, I'll do some standing core, I'll do some, you know, just basic. So I'll just Google different core exercises. I'll try to change it up, do some fun things, some different things.
Autumn has a lot from the 21 Day Fix. She has a lot of stuff on YouTube.
Yep.
And I think that you could, just in general, speaking to all of you, like snag some core workouts from some of your favorite programs and use pieces of them. Do you guys agree? Like, Nicole, I saw you do one with the weights dipping the other day, side to side, and was that from Autumn?
Oh yeah, that one was. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'll just video myself doing it that way. Otherwise, like I've done groups where I've taken Autumn stuff. It wasn't necessarily a core one, but I'll take a 3-minute video that fits in what we're talking about through the day and have them do it as an extra challenge. So it's not me, but I've also done my own short ones. But yeah, I'll just do video myself doing some of the workouts too. Yeah, that one was, that was arms. That was extreme arms. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, we could steal workouts from someone else.
Recreate.
Like rock your crack.
Okay, thank you. I have another question too. I've had a couple of customers that are getting security warnings when they try to order, and they're getting scared to order. And, you know, I think that, has anybody come across this? And I think it needs to be addressed with Beachbody because you're potentially could be losing customers.
I've had it happen once. That's it.
Okay.
Depends on what browser they're using or whether
that's what I figured.
I haven't had any issues, but I know, like if I use Safari to order stuff on my Mac, sometimes they'll say, this is not a safe site. Do you want to continue? Well, yeah. It's just because the security settings, I think, on my Safari versus on my Chrome are different.
Have you guys had that problem?
I haven't had anything. Mm-mm. You could
call tech support and say, hey, you got to address this?
Yeah.
You could look up an FAQ. That's always a good place to start, is FAQ. Customers are getting security warnings. Or I always like to chat with them and ask if they have. I don't usually call them. Okay. But that's something to inquire with them or send them an email on. Calling, I don't know if that will be sufficient. But checking the FAQ or doing a live chat, because that way they have time to look up and can direct you to the FAQ.
Well, and then you can also tell your customer, like, I've notified them of the problem. You know, I do believe I've literally only had it happen once, and it was probably the browser. but she was scared to order, and I
Yeah.
felt bad. And I was like, I promise I'm not like scamming you. I felt bad because it was actually someone I met through an ad too, which made it even worse because she didn't know me from anybody. So I could have been scamming her, but she tried a different browser and it was fine. But it can't hurt to live chat them or call them or email them and let them know that this is a problem.
Okay.
I don't know. That's probably not a very good answer to your question.
No, that's okay. I just didn't know if I was the only one coming across this problem, and it just seems like it should be addressed in some way.
Right. Other things? Questions?
Okay, so has anyone given away a prize in their challenge group to motivate participation?
Huh?
Yeah? Okay. What kind of stuff do you give away?
I did like a points challenge, which we could try with our group, Christy, if you wanted, which they track their points. So they got so many points for posting a sweaty selfie. They got so many points for posting a food picture. They got, more points for posting a video and that kind of thing, and points for posting a recipe. And I made it in the banner. And then they tallied their points, kind of like we did it for the scary contest,
Mm-hmm.
And then the top couple point earners got a prize. And I did like nice glass water bottles from like Life Factory water bottles from Amazon, and just sent them right to their door. I've done a gift card from Amazon. I like to do things that I can just order and send via my computer because otherwise I have to get to the post office, and we all know how I feel about that. Gift cards like Starbucks gift cards, that kind of stuff. So Nicole,
Okay.
I know you've done it too. I've had really great success in some groups, and other groups I've tried it and it's fallen flat. It just really depends on the dynamic of the group, but it can be super fun and motivating for people.
Yeah, Justin and I've done a lot together too, so similar gifts that we've done. And I've had some groups, this was like when the 21-day fix first came out, like after the hype of it, when the groups were quiet, we thought we would reinvigorate, and it worked for some, and then it didn't work for others. So like, well, who am I going to give the point thing out to? Because no one's really posting. I'm not going to give them points.
Right.
Tally it up.
I had one group that like never participated ever, even after the points, and I just was like, screw you, I'm not going to give it a gift for 5 points. I mean, I didn't say that, but I just let it fizzle.
Because you don't want to spend, like I would give out Urban Halo headbands or Light Factory water bottles or different Beachbody stuff that I have, because you don't want to spend a lot of money because that's your money too. You want to incentivize them, but they also need to be motivated, engaged on their own level too. So yeah, the fixate. I've done the fixate.
That's a great idea
for people that have signed up, by a certain date, put their names in a drawing and done that too. But that's a good one that keeps them on there.
That's a really good one. I've also done the free bonus workouts, the $19.99 DVDs, and you can put a pack of Shakeology and like a piece of dark chocolate and a tea bag, and write a nice card. I mean, you've spent like $5 on that, but that's nice for them, so really you could do lots of different things. I've done an Amazon gift card, just emailed to them. For some people, it makes a huge difference. Like Megan Ward, she's a diamond on our team, and she won my 21-day fix challenge, and I sent her an Amazon gift card. I mean, that was like gold. She was just super excited because she's competitive and she wanted to win, and now she's a coach. She's a diamond coach. So, I mean, obviously I made that first challenge group experience really great for her. So some people love that stuff.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, any other questions?
That's it for me.
All right, thank you, Christy. All right, we've got someone on the line, and I don't know who it is.
I think it's Jen.
Is it Jen still? We had 2 people on the line. Maybe it is Jen. Jen, did you and Brian have any questions, my love?
We are all good. I'm losing my voice, so you guys can't really hear anything but my scratchiness.
You sound sexy. It's like that Friends when he has the cold. You guys know what I'm talking about? Everybody don't leave me hanging. Phoebe has a cold and she loves the way it makes her sound because she sounds so sexy when she's singing. So she wants to stay sick. Sorry. All right.
Start singing Smelly Cat.
Okay, so I'm not the only one who knows this episode. Okay, thank you. No questions, Jen. You do sound lovely, and we are so glad to have you on here. And say hi to Brian, too.
Thanks, guys.
And I'm very sorry about your pup, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
I don't have a great night, you guys. I don't have any other questions.
All right, thanks for being on. Well, it's late, guys, so I will post the recording tomorrow, but does anybody else have anything super pressing before I let you wrap up?
I have a really quick question, hopefully.
Yeah.
So it just came to mind while we were here. Has anybody done like a free like sneak peek kind of thing? Like a 5-day sneak peek? Does that bring in people? I don't know if anybody has done that before.
Into like what coaching is or what a challenge group is?
No, just a challenge group.
I have not done one. I've done it with what is coaching. I've not done it with what is a challenge group. Has anybody?
I just finished one for the 21-day fix, and I got one person. So
Okay.
I mean, which is good. Like, so I'll take one, and it's somebody that I'm just gonna say to you, Stephanie, like, just keep planting seeds and being consistent, because the person that just went through the sneak peek, I gave her a Shakeology sample in May, and it took her that long just to really finally come around. So just keep doing what you're doing. Really, I mean, just show up every day. You know, that's what you got to do. But I did do a sneak peek, and I'm happy to talk with you about it.
Okay.
And Samantha, this is a little bit different, but tomorrow I'm starting a 7-day kind of the free bod challenge. So I'm getting people to sign up for the free 30-day membership, and I'm going to treat the first week exactly as how I would do a challenge group. So like I'm going to use the same format, and like I'm actually going to do the workouts. I'm going to do the challenge du jour, whatever it is, for every day, and get video of it. And I'm going to have my the Motivation Monday posts and my Wellness Wednesday posts, all that stuff. I'm basically treating it exactly as a challenge group, just using bod instead.
That's an awesome idea. I never even thought of that.
And that's what I was thinking, just do like maybe like a week or so, and then treat it as a normal challenge group, like my first week in the challenge group, and then just do my normal posts as it was a true challenge group.
I love it. Give it a whirl.
So, all right.
Can't hurt.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, ladies, I appreciate it. I know it's late, and I know the time change makes it feel even later, and you guys are amazing. So thank you for taking the time to be on. And thank you for the questions. I hope that you were all able to soak in for some information from other people's questions. So thank you, guys. Have a good night and have a great week. First week in November. All right.